They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
47 to Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47. Not today, you run up. Not today. Check.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the same 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. To Johnson again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And some space here. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
He would have kept it on the ground.
Johnson running right. And some room to work. David Johnson on his way. 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 75 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in, Stewart. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Gotta do better. Come on,
Operating from the gun, De La Rosa looking long for Thomas. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
You gonna see me in your nightmares. 58's the mic. 2 seconds. The mic. Stop your whining. 58, boys. 58. 58's Mike. Let's go one more. 58, right over there, right over there.
Back to the air on 2nd down. De La Rosa. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's go. Mike's 59.
From the gun, De La Rosa. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to that.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
21, Saints 7.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. De La Rosa. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, De La Rosa. Good one, able to haul it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They give them 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Check 9, check 9. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Ship, watch the ship.
Looking to throw on second down. De La Rosa. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
He was covered by DJ Swearinger.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Short. 49 to Mike. Watch 49. Get the ball. 49. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Here we go.
From the gun, De La Rosa. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A gain of 22.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
I'm here all day. No. Off.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Lutz with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Here's Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go now. Go. Big
On 2nd down, they run with Stewart. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he's got this one complete to Stewart. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. Operating from the gun, De La Rosa. They find some open field here. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, De La Rosa. Man open, it's Goodwin. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come get some. He don't want it.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this one complete to Reed. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 14. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And Lutz puts this one through. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch a slant, watch a slant. Watch a slant. 58, boys, 58. 58, Mike.
To throw again. De La Rosa gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards.
Michael Thomas. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it with Kamara, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here we go. 15 on it. 15 on it. Like the 59. 65. 65.
Kamara trying again. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Loss on the play. It's 3rd and goal.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
49, guys. Mike, 49. 49's the Mike. Watch 49.
Looking to throw. De La Rosa. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go to Johnson again. And some room to roam now. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 30. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Running right, a handoff to Stewart. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Saints' 32-yard line.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with a flag. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Following the penalty, here's Stewart. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the gun, a run for Johnson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I'm going to get you all day, baby.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Look at this, a tight end carry. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Saints will have the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Check, 59, 59. Let's go, D.
To throw on 2nd down. De La Rosa. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
58 to Mike. Double dog, that's the way.
Operating from the gun, De La Rosa. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. As they finally wrangle him in at the 48. A gain of 32 that time.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Mike is 59. Mike's the 59. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st down, De La Rosa. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Back to throw. De La Rosa. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Off play action. De La Rosa. Going deep here for Allen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs, needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far. Big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true, that's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. De La Rosa. He's going to air this thing out deep for top. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
Who that? Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Hey. 59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check. 59.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. He's got the first down and more past midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. First down, Murray. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's second down.
Second and 10.
Here we go. Third base. Stick the ball. 22, check, cover. 22, check,
Now Johnson. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins got home that time. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
The Saints take over
Good work,
first and
boys.
10
Let's go.
at their
Let's go.
own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Looking to throw on second down. De La Rosa. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Hicks able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
It's now third down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. From the gun, De La Rosa. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it third and long.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Go. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. It's our time.
Operating from the gun, De La Rosa. Carrying it out deep for Smith. And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 62 yards. That pass was heavily defended on third down, but you know what? He's one of the best in the league at body control, and he showed you why there.
So what that tells you is that the guy throwing the football understands his guys, doesn't he? Give them a chance, put it up there, and realize that even in a battle, they're more than likely to come down with the football.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Around the NFL, they're in the fourth now in Green Bay. And the Lions have now taken the lead in that ball game. A win would be their second on the young season. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Mike, 49. Check. 49.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. Room here to run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 23-yard run. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And he'll take it out of the side of the end zone, and they'll get it at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and now it's third down. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Stewart. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. They'll run it with Johnson, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Running from the gun, Johnson. Nickel Roby-Coleman up to make the tackle. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Now Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. The intended receiver was David Johnson. But now it'll be third down. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Murray to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack coming from defensive.